Hi, welcome back. This is the HeraldBulletin.com's little sports debate series. I'm Quintin Harlan.
I'm George Bremer.
And folks, since our brackets are rolled toast, well, he got shut out of the Final Four. I got two of them, Michigan State, North Carolina, so guess what my national title game is. We're going to jump ahead a season, and we're going to talk a little baseball. Opening day is rapidly approaching us. George, I know it's your favorite season of all.
Yeah, favorite day of the year.
And we're going to give you our baseball big board of wrong here. We're going to do some quick predictions here. The division winners, our wild card winners, and who we think is going to be hoisting the trophy in October, early November, or whenever the World Series gets over with now. So what do you got for the AL?
I just start in the AL East with the Red Sox. I just think top to bottom they've got the best pitching in the division, and if they stay healthy this year and without Manny Ramirez to distract them, I really like their chances. In the Central, I'm going to stick with the White Sox. Right now, I honestly think that's a division all five teams can win, but I'm going to stick with the guys that won it last year. In the West, I know the Angels are going to be a popular pick, but I'm going to stick with Oakland there because I think they've added Jason Giambi, they've added Matt Holliday, they got a lot of punch, and in the American League, that means a lot. Over on the wild card side, I believe in the Yankees. I think with CeCe Sabathia and A.J. Burnett, they'll have enough to squeak in, and that's a very tough division, but I'm going to go with New York.
All right, in the AL, I still like the Red Sox. I mean, their lineup it's not gotten any older from their last World Championship a couple years ago. Their pitching is much better than advertised, I believe. I think Daisuke is going to be much better this time around than last year, and I don't think he's going to hit that wall in July or August like he did last season. In the Central, I do like the White Sox. I will not go to sleep on Cleveland. I think Cleveland's done enough to add just the right pieces, although I don't know if Kerry Wood's going to be a starter or closer for them yet. I'm thinking he'll stay as a closer, though. In the West, I still like the Angels. That lineup is just brutal. Their pitching to me is kind of suspect, but we'll see what happens there. In the wild card race, I like either the team that finishes second in the AL Central, so probably Cleveland or the White Sox, or like you brought up, don't go to sleep on Oakland. But we'll see how it goes over 160 games. National League, what do you got?
National League, I'm sticking with the Phillies in the East. I mean, they're the champs for a reason. Powerful lineup and some really underrated pitching. In the Central, I think the Cubs are the class of that division. They have been the past 2 years. I see no reason for that to change this year. And in the West, I wish I could pick no team out there, to be honest, but I'm going to pick the Dodgers because of their offense. On the wild card side, I'm very tempted to pick the Mets just because of the big names, but with what we've seen from them the last 2 Augusts, I just can't do it. I'm going to go with Tony La Russa and the Cardinals.
I'm never going to pick the Mets to win anything. They choke. They're choke artists, point blank. In the NL East, I do like Philadelphia. I don't think Atlanta's retooled enough to try and make any kind of serious threat at them. The Central is still the Cubs to win, is the Cubs division to win, to lose, to whatever. The Cardinals, I don't think have enough to challenge them, although they will test them. Cardinals are my pick for the wild card. And out west, since Trevor Hoffman's not with the Padres anymore, and I can't hear hell's bells by AC/DC, I don't really have any interest in that division, so I pretty much have to go with the Dodgers by default until someone proves otherwise. So there's our picks for our divisions and our wild cards. All right. How are we doing this? Are we calling this the All-Chicago, or?
I'm going to go with Boston and the Cubs in the World Series.
Ooh, a few years ago that would have been a doomsday pick.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah, I mean, next thing you know, we're going to say there'll be the Bills and the Vikings in the Super Bowl. But anyway, as a Cub fan, I can't predict it. I can't say that. I know the rules. I mean, you knew the rules until 2005.
Yep.
You can't say it. I mean, I keep wanting to throw Ron Santo, just muzzle him every time he says this is the year. It just scares me to death because I'm like, well, something's going to happen because you're a Cub fan. You're brought up that way. I do like Boston, but I don't like them to get to the World Series. I'm thinking we'll have a team out of the Midwest. I'm thinking the White Sox will get there through all the shenanigans of Ozzie Guillen. And in the NL, God, I wish it was the Cubbies, but for some reason I can see Philadelphia getting back.
Philadelphia's definitely earned it. I'm going to go with the Red Sox as world champs again. I know that's not really a risky choice, but I just think with their lineup and their pitching, I think over a 162-game season and a long postseason, they've got the most to hold up. I
agree with that. The only bad parts of that are I'm going to have to hear about so many meaningless series with the Yankees because even with the additions they made, I don't think they've got the juice or whatever you call that. Their pitching has gotten solidified somewhat. I'm still not sold on it 1 through 5. But their lineup is just getting older and older every year.
Yes, it is.
They have not done anything to youth and get a youth movement going on. You don't really need to get a youth movement. You just need to retool everywhere you can. But the Yankees' philosophy with George Steinbrenner after they won that first title in '96 was let's get back to buying every free agent who's 38 and older and try to keep this thing rolling because they're already great players. you can't do that in today's game, and the Yankees will take them a couple years, I think, to get back to where they want to be. So
I think so. Who's your world champ?
I wish I could. I want it to be the Cubbies, but my brain keeps telling me it ain't going to be Philly either.
That only leaves one team in that World Series.
That's right.
I'm glad we got that on tape, too.
Yeah, I know. You're glad you got that on tap. Although for your sake, I hope we don't get any photos of Isaac Ian kissing any men this time around.
I will be there on opening day.
I know
so
you will.
Looking forward to that.
I think it'll be a Chicago championship. I think the White Sox have done enough to keep it going here. Again, I want to pick the Cubs, but like I said, until proven otherwise, they're still the Cubs, and I'm just going to watch it and see what happens.
That's probably good advice for everybody. Watch it and read about it in the Herald Bulletin.
Yeah, exactly. So there's our brief big board of wrong on how this year's baseball season is going to go. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.